Alright, so I'm gonna do a little walkabout of the Lynnhaven house. I did this last week actually, and for some reason, the whole video that I made did not. Like, it came out, but there's a part of it, like 2 minutes in, where it completely froze. So I've never had that happen on a camera phone video before, and I couldn't use it. So we're gonna try this again, and hopefully it works this time. So I like to start here on the trail that runs around the side of the properties, because I think it's a nice, usually quiet place to go to. I don't know what they're doing over there. So this property was originally deeded out by Governor Berkeley in like the mid 1600s to I forgot the guy's name. So they owned the land, and then in the 1720s, Francis Bell decided to get the plantation property, and he built the house in 1725, and it pretty much ran through different families from there on out until Preservation Virginia got it in 1971. So it's been here a long time. It's pretty much seen all bits of history. There are graveyards in the back that date to the Revolutionary War. And it says it's estimated that 85% of the building is still original material. So there's no central heating. I don't think they have any sort of electricity in there. So if you're ever in Virginia Beach and you love history, this is like one of the best places you can come to. So up here is the museum. I don't think they're open right now. I know that the house itself is getting renovated, but because of everything going on, I don't know if they've been able to do anything. So, this is not here last week. We'll just go under there. Snake friends. No snake friends. And go under here. Alright. And there's the historical marker. Hidden in the bushes there for some reason. Here you go. Got a pretty sunset going on here. There's the boardwalk up to the museum up there. Like I said, I don't think that's open right now either. They usually do tours of the house, but because of the renovations and because of everything going on, it's pretty much been closed all year. But you can still come and walk around the property, and I mean, it's really nice out here. So that's pretty much all I know about the history. Nothing, I don't think anything crazy horrific happened here that's, in the history books or whatever. But it definitely is haunted. Hold on. Let's make our presence known here. Hello. So, it is a beautiful building. I love this building. There's the graveyard back over there. You can see the tombs out there. So I guess I could just tell you about the hauntings then. The only one that I can find, as far as you'll read about in the books, I guess in the 80s they had a contractor out here who was working and staying in the building, and he did not last very long. I think it just took a couple nights of, footsteps and things being thrown about, doors opening and closing and slamming and all that typical haunting stuff. And he left out in the middle of the night. Left his tools, everything, and just never came back. So that's the one that you'll usually find in the books. Now, I've had a couple of experiences here, and I'll tell you about them. You know, I don't really have any evidence or anything like that. I don't have fancy cameras or equipment, so you can either believe me or not. It's whatever. So back in December, I want to say 2017, me and my partner were out here, just me and him. It was nighttime, cold December night, no rain, clear, cloudless night. We're standing over here kind of by the garden. He had on his phone like a little ghost box app. So he was just sitting here asking questions, and we both heard a female voice, like a kind of proper English accent sounding well-to-do voice, very feminine, wispy. And we turned and looked at each other because we both heard at the same time. And that's when I turned my camera over here and I got a snapshot of like a fog figure right in the sidewalk right over there. And like I said, there was no rain, no clouds, no nothing. It's just this blob of mist that I'll show the picture in this video. It's just this thing of mist all the way out over there. So that was a really cool night. Now, just a couple months ago, I want to say it was probably like August, we came out here and, you know, we're just walking around. We went through the trail. We're coming around this way. I knocked on this door. I knocked on the side door to let him know we're here. And my partner's up ahead of me. He's got the flashlight because it's nighttime. I come up here, I knock on this door, and then come back down, and he stops dead in his tracks. He's got the flashlight pointed to the cemetery out there, and he, you know, puts the soccer mom out and stops me, and he's like, back up. He's backing up, like, we gotta go. So we're backing up. And okay, what's going on? He said there's somebody back there. Well, who's back there? Is it a live person? He's like, I don't think so. It's just a dark figure. Oh, okay. So I don't normally like to mess with shadow figures. I don't think anyone does. I think we all kind of know that those are entities that you should not be messed with. But he said that when he put the flashlight out there, that whatever it was, you know, it was darker than the darkness, and it turned and looked at him when the flashlight went on this thing. So we hauled ass and got out of there, which is the first time that I've ever felt something bad here. They said it's usually a very nice, quiet, peaceful area. The Lynnhaven River is right behind the property over there, which, as we know, running water is definitely a magnet for all sorts of things. This is the Bosch family cemetery. You got 4 of them back here. We met a couple months ago. We met a lady who used to docent here, and she said that when they were finally coming in to fix the building, all the tops of these tombs had been lifted out, but there's nothing in them because they're buried underneath the tombs because we're next to the water, and you don't want buried bodies rising out whenever the floodwaters come in. So they are actually underneath these tombs. There's nothing in them. Yeah, and these date back to Revolutionary times. I think the oldest one does. So, there's Mary. There's FW. there he is, Revolutionary Patriot William Bausch. So this was here a very long time. But she also told us that the slaves who were forced to work here were also buried out here too. I think if anything, that could bring something bad here, because that's definitely could bring a lot of negativity to an area, having suffering like that. She actually told us a story she had when she was working here. She had a tour guide she was doing a tour in the house, and someone had asked, is it haunted? And she was like, no, it's not. And apparently right after she said that, there's a huge banging upstairs. So they go up there, and the big heavy wooden bed had been like completely messed up, like flipped or whatever. And this is an old colonial bed, like solid wood. It's got the rope underneath, you know, good night, keep your bed tight sort of deal. And, you know, she was like, obviously, like, no wind or wildlife could do something like that. So, anyway, back to the night when we see the shadow figure. So, we leave this area and we head back up to the museum, because the museum is always lit on the outside. There's just lights everywhere out there. However, there's the field right over here in between the museum and the church here, and that is very dark at night. And so for as freaked out as we are, my partner sees a really cool spider web, and he's like, hold on, I gotta take a picture of this spider web. Okay. So he's doing that, and I'm just kind of looking around, kind of freaked out still. And I hear whistling coming from that field, like just kind of a little, like, just something like that. And it's coming from the blackness area, and I was just like, did you hear that whistling? We got to go. And he was like, it's whistling at us? I was like, yes, did you not hear that? He's deaf. He's not very good at hearing. So I was like, yes, there was whistling. You know, we've all heard tales of whistlers, and nothing good ever happens from that. It's not a very pleasant feeling to hear whistling coming out of the darkness from something that you can't see. So he stops taking pictures of spiders, and we head back to the car and we get out of here. Like I said, that's the only time I've ever felt something not good here. Otherwise, it's a nice place. But, you know, when you're dealing with entities that don't, you know, they don't live by our nature of time and space, and who knows where they're coming in and out of, and who knows why it's here, whether it be the energy from the river, the negativity, the hurt and the pain from the people who were buried here, who knows. And obviously back in those days, family members lived and died in their homes, so more than likely people have passed here. But again, we don't know why these shadow entities come and go from areas like this yet. So there it is. That is the Lynnhaven house. I'll just walk by the museum real quick just so you kind of see what I was talking about the field. And you can see there's lights all over. I got a sign here, so you can kind of see the information they have right now. I don't think it's open. Hi. And here is the field that's right behind there. I said there's lights all on the side of this building, and they're always lit at night. But it's dark over here at night, and this is where I heard it coming from. It was, sorry, the sun. It was coming from right about there. Yep. So there it is, the Lynnhaven house. Try and get out and do more of these little walkabouts, tours of these areas. I know it's hard for some people to travel and everyone's busy, and with everything going on, I figure this could be an interesting way to see some of the haunted and historic and beautiful parts of our world. All right. Y'all have wonderful days or evenings, or whatever time it is you're watching these.